Hey everyone and welcome back. With the Chop Shop DLC came a new business, namely the Salvage Yard. Now I didn't want to rush to make this video, but instead, check out everything and get all the info as much as possible into the video. So in this video, we'll be going through with everything related to the business right from the starting till the very end. Well, right in the beginning, it is the usual. You need to head outside to receive the phone call, and right after that, you can go to the website and start with buying the Salvage Yard. First and foremost is the location. This plays a very important role. After going through the other two options in the city, the Strawberry location is the overall best location. As when it comes to the road connectivity, surroundings, and the location in itself, which is basically in the center of the city, which is where all the action is. Another important factor regarding the location is the surrounding. I'll show you an example with the La Puerta, the one right in front of the Maze Bank Arena, which majority would like to choose as it's basically a scrapyard. In this video, you can see how slowly and carefully we will have to drive through this location in order to reach our business. And since the ground is not paved or has cement floors, the traction is less as well. Also, another important thing to keep in mind is that there is a gang attack which triggers very easily and you will have to deal with it every single time. So it is not a wise decision to get the business here. Once the location is finalized, you can move on to the purchase part, and here, just like how I've said in all of the previous properties, you can skip buying all of the cosmetic upgrades if you are short on money. This won't matter if you have enough money. And as you can see from the video, I just got the bare minimum at the beginning for the sake of video, and I plan to get some stuff later on if it interests me or comes in handy. For the usual upgrades, the first one is the get trade rates option. This upgrade is worthy if you get your vehicles destroyed a lot. Getting this option will cut down the claim or repair cost by 50%. So the Mass Mutual Insurance, claims is going to be reduced by 50%, as well as the repairs at the LSC is also going to be reduced. Now, if you don't have much use or do not get your vehicles destroyed very frequently, then you can skip it like I did. It's not a big deal, so it's up to you. Then comes the tow truck. This is necessary if you want to get the towing business part of the property, which literally is the main source of the overall business income. We'll get to this later on. Next is the wall safe, which you can skip if not needed. There is also a stock safe present in the property which stores $100,000. The wall safe, stores $250,000. I mean, you have to spend 3 times that money just so you can store more money in a safe. Not make more money, just to store more money. So I'll leave it to you guys to decide if it's worth it or not. I personally skipped it. With the final staff upgrade, I didn't get it right away as I wanted to, test out the tow truck business profit part so as to make out the profit differences with and without the staff upgrade option. This upgrade depends on your personal preferences. Meaning, if you aren't interested in this part of the business, towing cars and salvaging, then you can completely skip it. But if you're interested and if you'll be grinding the tow truck business, then this is a must-have upgrade. More details regarding this is explained in a minute. Now coming to the business part, there's actually 3 ways to make money: tow truck car parts salvaging, the safe income, and the robberies, which we'll get to later on. First up is the highly anticipated towing business. And for this, you must have purchased a tow truck. Without it, there is no way you can make money from this section. Starting this is very easy. Just get in the tow truck and launch the missions, and they are all very simple. Just head out to the location, hook up to the marked cars, and deliver them to the salvage yard. That's literally it. Everything else is taken care of by the staff. Now, in case if you get cops whilst doing the missions, just blow yourself up to lose them, as you can't call up Lester to get rid of them. Also, in case you get a mission where you need to travel a very long distance to and fro, just blow up the tow truck, which will fail the current mission, and you can go inside to start a new tow mission. As you can see from the video, I got a nearby location once I started again. With the tow truck business, you can only have 2 cars at a time, basically just like the auto shops. Salvaging these cars takes 2 in-game days. That is, if you do not have the staff upgrade. If you do get the staff upgrade, then the time is cut down by 50%. So in 48 minutes, you will get a car salvaged and paid as well. So like I said earlier, you decide if you want to get the upgrade or not based on if you will be grinding this business. Else you're good to go with just the one that comes along with the property. The payments for the salvaged cars range roughly from 35 to 60 grand. It's not a fixed price, and different cars pay out different prices. One more thing I noticed is that the salvaging takes place even if you're offline. The reason I say this is because after delivering 2 cars, I had logged off to do some other works, and when I logged back in, the cars were salvaged. I'm not sure if anyone else noticed this, then confirm it down in the comments so we'll know for sure. And then there's the second source of income, which is the safe. The safe in this property is somewhat more or less like the safe in a nightclub or the arcade or even the agency. Somewhat a mix of all of them. Basically, the more tow truck missions you do, the more the income increases over time. Mine went from the initial 6k to 18k to 20 grand as I did those regularly whilst checking out the business. I will have to see how the daily income will get affected if we do not get any more new cars. Like, does it get reduced like the nightclub's income as its popularity goes down? I have stopped doing at the moment, so we'll have to see how it goes. I'll update you all eventually. So that kind of sums up the safe income section. Finally comes the much hyped robberies. Well, these robberies are basically just mini heists, but takes a very long time for the amount of money we receive. The robbery contracts rotate every week, meaning each of these robberies are just one time per week, not even an in real life day. So once you complete all 3 of them, y'all gotta wait for an entire goddamn week to play another 3 missions. This is the most ridiculous thing Rockstar has done. There's also a setup cost for these robberies, which is $20,000. But before you even start these, make sure to stock up on the armor and snacks. Be it the prep missions or the finale, make sure you are well stocked as we get a lot of these aimbot NPCs for all of the missions. The missions in itself are pretty straightforward. I won't bore you all with how to do them because it's straightforward. So, although I'll highlight 5 points regarding the missions which will be useful for you all in general, not like mission centric. When choosing the getaway vehicles, make sure you take a smart decision. Instead of going for flashy cars, go for the one that will protect you as well as keep the passengers safe. Like this monstrosity, for example. It has got the panels covering the windows, which means that you won't be getting shot from the back and the rear sides. So this is a good choice. You as well as the NPC character, both will be protected from the back and the sides. Next is to make use of the Oppressor Mark II or the aerial vehicles like a jet, as they save you all a lot of time in just traveling alone. Hence why the Mark II is my go-to vehicle for all of the missions, prep works and the other business grinding stuff. Just check out this location, for example, from where we had to collect the flares. It's very useful to just drop in and collect and move on, right? Next is that in many of these missions, stealth means absolute shit. So don't waste time bothering to stay stealthy and just go in blasting. Almost all the times I was stealthy and sneak killed NPCs, everyone would get alerted for some stupid reason. Basically Rockstar's game design. So don't bother wasting time with us. Here's another good example. It's so stupid and it literally makes no sense whatsoever, so just go on with the mission and clear them out, which will save you time. And here is another instance where having an aerial vehicle works out in our favor. This skylift prep mission was a breeze as I had the Raiju jet to travel as well as take out the aerial threats. A huge amount of buzzards, Valkyrie and other attack choppers kind of spawn in the air and you need to take them out. All the whilst you have the ground NPCs attacking you as well as cops that keep spawning infinitely to shoot you down. So keep this in mind. Another good thing is that you can quickly escape from the enemy NPCs or the police that will spawn right away to get you. So overall, this is more convenient. Make use of those aerial vehicles. On a side note, it looks like some of these robberies will be reused as seen from the DLC trailer, which shows the new Baller STD in the arena. STD or standard, I don't know how that's gonna be, announced to the GTA Online, but yeah, that is the file name. Anyways, we also get a sneak peek of the submarine robbery showing the new Cavalcade XL in the flesh, which is inside of the submarine, so that's gonna be an interesting robbery mission, I guess. Also, a good point is that we can use personal vehicles as getaway vehicles, particularly the police station raid mission. I wasn't aware, so I just went with the monstrosity. The other thing is that the optional prep works and tasks can be completely skipped. It's not worth it at all if you are an experienced player. You can complete these missions nonetheless, so just don't bother with them. Finally, completing the finale challenges gives $10,000 bonus. Completing all 3 of them gives an additional $20,000, rounding up to $50,000 in just bonuses. There is also a cooldown period before you can start another robbery, so you can't do all of these 3 back to back. I mean, not that we can make hell lot of money from these, but for some reason Rockstar has put cooldowns. And adding to the money making part, always go with the selling of the cars instead of salvaging them. It's not worth salvaging as you just end up losing money. Also, there's just 2 car lifts. So if you use them for salvaging your own cars, then you won't be able to add any more cars from the tow truck business. So that's a downside. The sell missions are very easy and straightforward. You also won't be getting attacked by the aimbot NPCs. So if you are in an invite-only session, then you can peacefully deliver these cars without the headache of getting attacked by NPCs or constant fear of getting blown up by players. Also to add, there is no cooldown for selling. So you can get to selling all 3 of them one by one, which will get you roughly $1 million. That is for a week. Don't forget that. So all in all, the payment we get from this business isn't like the other businesses we have had in the game. This can be compared to the auto shops as its close comparison. The arcade produces even less, so we can't compare it with that, because it's just passive business and there's no other contract or robbery mission. So basically use this business as a side additional source of income rather than the primary source of income. So just combine this along with your other businesses and make profits along the way. Just do 2 tow truck missions, sell 2 cars in your auto shops, fill up your nightclub popularity, refill stocks in your acid lab, bunker and MC businesses, and then go on to grind other businesses or activities, or even the heists. This will be the most efficient way to utilize all the businesses and make the most amount of money every day in game. In the end, you will make millions with this method. So I guess it's still a win, right? Anyways, that's it with this video. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. If I have missed anything, then make sure to highlight it down below so it helps out other players. Do drop the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to stay tuned. Thank you all and have a good day.